Hello, welcome everybody. This is the UK-based DS Domination business presentation that we do every month, and we have a selection of awesome people on here that are going to give their own experience with DS Domination here in the UK. And I have Tony Bennett, who's going to be going through the actual the presentation for you, which I'm going to load up in just a second. And we have Anderson, Amanda, Sasha, of course, is on. She's our secret backup person on the technical side at the moment, and we've also got Susan on here as well. So I'll be talking to them after the presentation, and I will just boot up the presentation now for you, and you can then take it away, Tony. So let me just share my screen, and we will get going. And if you guys could just let me know if you can see this.
Yeah.
You can see that, can you, Tony?
Yeah.
Great stuff. And you can crack on, sir.
Yes, I can now. Thank you. The thing I've got to show you, of course, is the earnings disclaimer. And I'm not going to read every word of that, but what it says is that we try to be as accurate as we can about the products and services, and your results may vary from the one you know, but they are based on your individual experience. And no guarantees concerning the level of success that you might experience, but the use of our information is based on your own individual experience. We agree with the presenters and DS Domination is not liable for the success or failure of your business, therefore you represent and use of our information, products and services to use or advertise during the present session.
Tony?
Yeah.
Before we continue to the next slide, your sound is a little bit muffled. Is there any way you might be able to improve that for us?
Okay.
That sounded better. Sorry, it was just a little bit muffled. Yes, that's a lot better.
Okay, onward.
Onward.
Well, welcome to the DS Domination presentation. Has left my screen. Rick, can you bring it back?
Can you see that next slide, Tony?
Yeah. Now, first of all, we've got to ask, what is DS Domination? Well, DS Domination is the brainchild of three guys who met online. Roger Langwheel, Hitesh, and I don't know how to say these names, and they got together and dreamt up DS Domination based on their experience. We move.
I don't know if there's a delay, Tony. Can you see that one as well?
Well, who are they? Roger is a eBay titanium power seller doing millions of dollars a year in drop ship sales, and Hitesh is a super talented computer program who put this program together.
Okay, before we move on to that next one, sorry to mess your presentation up there, Tony. Sasha's just telling us in the background that nobody's getting that presentation for some reason.
All right.
Can we just have confirmation from anyone else who's on the panel? Because obviously we don't want to continue if that is not being shown, because it would be
I can see it loud and clear.
You can see that.
See and hear, yeah, I can see and hear everything.
Okay. Manda and Susan, can you just unmute yourselves and just let us know if that is being shown, because Sasha was saying
it comes and goes. It seems that every time Tony speaks, it disappears.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you're Rick, because you're sharing, you're doing the sharing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do the presentation.
Okay.
Because when, unfortunately, when Tony speaks, it cuts to him and takes the presentation away.
Yeah. It's actually because of the last-minute changes in plan. We didn't plan for this, so apologies, Tony. I'm going to take the hot seat on this, and we would love you to do a presentation in the future. Okay. So yeah, because of the voice activated thing, when I share it and your voice kicks in, it then shows you instead of my screen. So it's
no problem. I'll leave it to you, Rick.
Okay, it's technology, I'm afraid, Tony. It's letting us down today. So I will share my screen again. And we will crack on. Hopefully you got the beginning of that. Okay, let's just do that again. Apologies, people. It is Google Hangout at its best. So can you guys just let me know if you can see that?
Yes.
Cool, great stuff. Okay, guys. Yeah, if you could just mute yourself out, I'll continue and take over where Tony left off. So yes, Tony, just let you guys know that DS Domination is the brainchild of Roger Langell, Hitesh, and Kevin Hokawana. These guys met online. To be fair, they only just met at one of the first events. They've created this online, completely virtually, and their families and stuff had never met before at all until the main live event they had last year in Las Vegas, which was pretty cool actually to know that you're able to do that. Roger Langell is an eBay titanium power seller. He probably does less now, but he's that was his forte was eBay, and he did millions of dollars a year in drop shipping online through eBay. Hitesh is the kind of guru brain box behind the whole thing. I'm sure he won't mind me saying. He is in my opinion, a genius, and he does all the software and the programming behind DS Domination's training program. And Kevin Hokawana is the affiliate marketing guru. He's the guy that really heads up the affiliate training side of DS Domination. And when you become an affiliate with DSD, then all the training inside that for that part of the business is all done by him. And he is a very, very, very knowledgeable chap. It's a comprehensive step-by-step online video course. So it's completely video-based, all the tutorials, and it will teach you how to harness the power of drop shipping. And it's an opportunity to earn an income from home or anywhere, wherever you've got internet access, really, using the power of Amazon and eBay, who obviously are very reputable names already. And it will teach you new skills. Some people say that DS Domination, some people say that online stuff never lasts. Well, in 10 years of my own experience, DS Domination is the most sustainable business I've ever come across. And even if it was to disappear at any time in the future, which I assure you it won't, then you're picking up new skills. In the future, you can take these skills that you learn within DS Domination and continue to do drop shipping. Okay, that is the beauty of this. And these are 2013 figures. It would be interesting to get the updated figures for last year. But the sales on Amazon alone were $74 billion, and eBay were $16 billion, which is interesting because many people use eBay. You'd think that was, possibly you'd think that was bigger, depending if you use Amazon or not. Obviously, Amazon is massively bigger than eBay. So those are interesting figures anyway. Some of you are probably asking at this point, well, what the hell's drop shipping? It's a legitimate way to make money online. Thousands of people do it already. DS Domination has really only just brought it to the into the limelight. But people use this method as a way to do business purely from home, using the internet, and it means you don't actually have to buy the products and sort of have them sent to your house. That's why it's completely virtual, basically. So you'll be buying low and selling high, and the difference is your profit. So you can obviously keep that. It's very simple, it's fun, and it obviously works. Here's an example. Find a find a product with a wholesale cost of £50. You sell the product on eBay for a retail price of £65, and after fees, sort of eBay fees, listing fees and PayPal fees, you profit £5.90 on that product. Now that's approximate. Obviously, it depends on what you're selling. You keep the difference. The profits can range anywhere between £3 and £680, I believe, is the current record, although I will stand corrected. One of my team members recently listed a product that sold with a profit of £680 on one product. I will, as I said, stand corrected if there is a higher one, but I don't think I'm aware of any. This is a little map of how it works. you can see on the left-hand side, top left, you can see that you list your item on eBay. Okay, and that goes through the buyer purchased the item. You're the drop shipper at the bottom here. You can then sell that. You buy that from Amazon and get it sent directly to your buyer. And there's no, obviously you don't receive the item yourself. It's quite a good illustration, even if you have a complete moron like me trying to explain it. So I do apologise about that. The benefit, obviously, to this business is there's no upfront cost. So apart from your £12 a month to start off with, your training, you've got your video tutorials. There's no upfront costs. You don't need to buy in stock. You don't need to store any products at your house. And you don't need to deal with any of the delivery costs. It's all managed online. All the admin work is obviously yours to sort of fiddle about with, but you don't need to take any stuff to your house. So it's completely virtual. You only purchase the product once you've been paid, which is pretty key, hence why it's in bold at the bottom. You get paid on eBay. You then use those funds to go and buy the product. You don't use your own money. Okay, moving on. How much does it cost? I did just briefly mention $19.95 per month, which is around £12.50. And this gives you access to the pro training course, video tutorials. I believe there's about 19 modules at the moment. And they're short, snappy videos, so no long-winded stuff. They're about 5 or 10 minutes each. Step-by-step tutorials on how to source your products and list them on eBay, together with some unique tools that only DS Domination members get access to. It's completely unique software that we have for that £12.50 a month. Getting a little bit of background interference. I don't know if that is me, but can you just double check, guys, those who are on, if your microphones are muted? If they are, then it could just be me. I do apologise. Moving on, what do you need to get started? Well, it is pretty key that you have an eBay account. Obviously, you can start that at time of joining DS Domination, but you'll be in a much more stable situation if you have one already. And a PayPal account is also needed, because that's how you're going to get paid. Again, if you've had a PayPal account before, you're encouraged to use that one, and you'll be in a better position. But there's no way, you know, it's not a bad thing if you haven't got one. It just means you have to sort of set that up first. Computer, PC, laptop, Mac, whatever you want to use, and the ability to copy and paste. There is quite a bit of copy and pasting in this business, which is pretty easy to do. So if you're good at that, you should get on fine. Support is ongoing webinars like this for the, for showing people the presentation, the opportunity, and we also have training webinars. We have the US ones and the UK ones. Ongoing webinars from Roger himself and Hitesh and Kevin on a regular basis. We've got the official UK Facebook group. It's very active in the support side of things. Even more so, we have the official UK forum, which is somewhat underutilised at the moment, but is very active still, and there's a lot of information in there for people who are uncertain about how to apply the training. We have live hangouts like this, and you've got the support, official support from DS Dominations. So you can send in support tickets, and they typically reply within sort of 24 to 48 hours, which is pretty reasonable. Progression, once you've mastered the pro level, which is the sort of fundamental stuff, and you're making a bit of profit, you can upgrade to the more advanced levels to access a bigger profit margin per product. So nobody is expecting you to go all in, to coin a phrase of another famous opportunity I was involved in recently, a couple of years ago anyway. Nobody's expecting you to throw money at this. You're starting at £12.50. You make your money using the drop shipping, and you roll the profits in to upgrade the training. So you've got Elite, Unleashed, Monopoly, and then the really advanced stuff that is very exciting indeed, is the Genesis level. Guys, I'm just going to pause that because I don't know if that background noise is annoying anyone, but it's annoying me. So bear with me 1 second.
Anderson isn't muted.
Was it Anderson?
Oh, sorry, I thought thought I was muted. I saw a cross.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I will crack on. It was, yes, it was you, buddy. No worries. Not a problem. I will start sharing again. Sorry to interrupt our little thing there. And I will continue. Cool. Okay. Progression, yes, I've talked about that. And becoming an affiliate, which is my forte. This is an additional income. It's key to understand that you do not need to become an affiliate to earn an income from this opportunity. Okay, it is possible, and it is a residual income if you choose to do it, to build a team in a network marketing style compensation plan. Okay, but it's not absolutely necessary that you can earn a very good income just with the drop shipping. Okay, but if you're choosing to become an affiliate, it's an extra income. You simply share the DSD opportunity with other people using an affiliate link and various trainings that I talk about on a monthly basis. You earn a percentage of the DSD training packages they purchase. Okay, so it's done on a commission basis, and you get paid from the company depending how many people you sign up. Okay, and the cost to become an affiliate is an extortionate $9.95 per month, which is about £6, which is actually the most reasonable affiliate thing I've ever been involved with. I don't know about you, but it's invaluable, I think, personally. So, getting started today, exactly what it says. If you guys are, any of you watching, are interested in going forward with this for £12.50, then please go back to the person who sent you to this webinar, okay, and ask them how to get started. They will undoubtedly send you a link, or you can just ask them further questions before you ask for their link. It's totally up to you. So thank you very much for listening to this little presentation here, and sorry about the technical hiccups at the beginning. I will now go and talk to my lovely guests. So I will stop sharing this, and hopefully I can talk to all you guys. And I'm going to crack on with Anderson, who seems to be frowning. I hope that's not because I'm about to ask you questions, buddy. You can unmute yourself now. You're still muted.
No, sorry, I was no, I was distracted by someone trying to get in contact with me. Yeah. No
problem. Right. What I'm going to do, I always do a sort of advanced warning of each task, but I'm quite keen to keep this within time because of the technical hiccups at the beginning and everything. I'm going to be scooting through these questions with everyone rather quickly. So, Anderson, could I just first of all ask you, what was it that first attracted you to DSD when you first joined, when you first heard about it?
Oh, when at the very first time I actually joined under someone else, and my mind was like a bag of squirrels. Because just like you, because I've heard your story about the black programs that you've been in and whatnot. I know your story. I've been there. So I was left one well-known program, and my mind was like all over the place. I was like, what should I join? What should I do? Unfortunately for me, I've got experience in eBay from about 5 years ago, 2010, because I had a registered company with Company's House and obviously registered with eBay, so I knew there's a few bits and pieces. But if I knew now, if I knew then what I know now 5 years ago, I'd most probably be a millionaire right now. And what it was, I joined November 2013 under someone else, and my mind was all over the place, and I quit. Then I a few months later, I came across like Stephen Hales, and I think I was watching one of his hangouts and stuff, and I ended up joining under him. I think that was April last year. Just listed a few products, and then I quickly got fed up, because I'm one of these idiots that if I don't see success in 5 minutes, I'll quit. My attention span's very, very short, and I had stopped. And then I think back in July last year, Steve hit me up and said, "Well, what's going on? how you gonna make money in this business and this, that, the other. So I was asking him questions of what, what's the oh, my mind's gone blank. What's the how do you really make money doing this? And he said the main thing is just to list as many products as possible, use up all your allowances and everything, and just keep going. And I did that. I said, okay, I'll knuckle down, do that. And it was July, August was very dead, and then September things would start to pick up and everything. So I originally started off doing it in the States. Then I've got an old dormant account that I resurrected over here, and then I started doing both the States and the UK as well.
Anderson,
and this gradually pick up. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. You've kind of answered some of my questions already, just so I can get the flow of things. No, mate, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem at all. I appreciate when I first started this and started doing Hangouts, I wanted to share everything with everyone. So what I'm trying to do is just break down your story, really.
Sorry.
When you first started, then did you find the training? You've obviously had experience before. Did you find the training easy to follow? I mean, you picked it up quite quickly because of your experience, I would think.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah, it was easy to follow. It was a bit of an eye opener. To follow in with the doing the keywords and everything, and when hindsight, when you look back compared to what I did back then, it's common sense. You put the actual words, what people are actually looking for. You don't start off with brand new or something. Like how some of those titles are. You start off with whatever it is, like Blender. Whatever the item is, you start with that. With that name, that keyword.
Are you currently doing DS Domination full time now, or were you still doing it part?
I'm doing it part time. I work full time, but I'm doing this part time.
Cool. No, good for you. Okay. And when you've listed your first item, again, you've obviously had the experience, but when you listed your first item within, taking the DSD information into account, when was it? Soon after? How soon after did you sell your first item?
It wasn't that long after, but when it was back in April, after a couple of months absence, it wasn't that long after. It wasn't that long. I would say a couple of days. I think it was. April. I listed. I think back then it was 30 products that I'd listed. But then again, I got fed up really quick and I stopped.
Yeah.
Mine was a bad experience, but yeah.
Fair play. And are you just doing the drop shipping side of DS Domination, or are you an affiliate as well?
I'm joined up on the affiliate side. I'm yet to get people in on the affiliate side because I'm currently doing a project with a friend of mine. Where we're gonna I'm gonna try and I'm doing a video campaign and stuff like that. So I'm keeping that under wraps at the moment. So. I've got everything planned and everything right now.
Brilliant. And are you going aside for a second, the support part of DS Domination, both the UK thing that we do, but also the official support? How are you finding that? Are you finding it useful?
You mean the what's that?
The groups, the main UK group, the forum, and I don't know if you've needed.
The forum I'm not doing. The forum I'm not doing, but the Facebook groups, I find that very supportive. I find that that helps out a lot with me and everything, because everybody's basically, we're all rowing the same boat sort of thing, and then to see other people and gain success, you kind of get energy off of them. It kind of boosts your confidence to actually go on and it yourself, sort of thing.
The forum, I would say, in favour of the forum, anything that's discovered in the groups is actually being put into the forum for to keep records. So any information that's useful is being stored in the forum. So it may be worth in the future looking at that, and you can search. You can search stuff. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And when you obviously started at the pro level.
Yeah.
Did you go in at any other level, or did you start at pro and then work your way Where are you?
I'm currently working my way up. I'm actually at Genesis right now. But
Cool.
yeah, I'm at Genesis right now, so I'm watching the training and everything. I'm just brainstorming ideas, but I'm just taking everything one step at a time. I'm not trying to run before I can walk, sort of thing.
Cool. No, that's very.
I've got a few ideas up my sleeve right now.
You've got a lot of information in Genesis, mate.
Yeah.
I take my hat off to you. There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
Fair play. Okay, mate. To summarise everything you've just said, if you were to sum up the best thing about DS domination personally for you, what would that be?
Best thing in DS.
I know it's a bit of an open-ended question, but just why do you feel DS domination is so good?
It's a few answers to that question. One, it's the support, because we all go through the same sort of trials and tribulations in that group. And two, the training. You can't go wrong with the training. You just can't. If you just a lot of products that I've listed, I've actually looked for myself, and I found myself at the top of Google many a times and stuff. So I actually see how powerful it is. And then for $20 as well,
wow.
it's a giveaway. It's crazy.
Oh, cool, buddy. Thank you very much for sharing all that. Really appreciate it. If you just mute yourself, I'm going to move on to Amanda. Amanda, I'm assuming you are kicking around with your mic. Your mic's off now. Hello.
It should be back on now.
Yep, it is back on. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Cool. You've obviously heard most of what Anderson was saying, I would think, so I'm going to actually run through exactly the same questions with yourself. Hopefully I won't get exactly the same answers, because everyone's different. You're happy to do that now, yeah?
Of course I am.
Brilliant stuff. Cool. So firstly, how did you come across DS domination? What was it that attracted you to it?
I had no idea about DS domination, and my best friend saw an advert on Facebook, told me about it. I said, send me the link. That sounds good, because it was something that we'd been discussing anyway. We were both selling second-hand things on eBay already, and she was off abroad to a wedding and said she didn't have time to do it. So I said, I'll sign up, and when you get back I'll tell you all about it. I hit the ground running. It just made perfect sense, and I was kicking myself that I'd never thought of the idea myself.
That's cool. So when you started, did you find the training quite easy to follow?
Oh God, yeah. It's so easily laid out. I joined at about 11 o'clock at night, the last day of June, binge watched the whole 2.5 hours of training, although it is broken down into small chunks if you want to do it that way. Took copious notes and copy typed all the way through. 2:30 in the morning with my head spinning. Got about 3 hours sleep. Next morning, listed first item. It took me a good half an hour to do the first item because I had the training on the iPad. I kept pausing, rewinding. Bit of a perfectionist and a bit OCD. Wanted to get it right. Got it done. Sold it 2 hours later. Nearly fell off my chair. Could not believe how easy it was, and wished I'd known all the fine nuances on how to get your listing seen when I'd been selling the second-hand things before. I could have killed it if I'd have known then what I know now. It makes perfect sense, as Anderson said. It's just plain common sense. When it's pointed out to you, you just keep slapping yourself on the forehead and going, of course. Why didn't I know that? So after 18 days, I upgraded to Elite because I knew I'd found something that I could just plain do and that I got it. And flew. And my first month, I made a clear £450 profit. I was absolutely gobsmacked.
Nice.
Never done any online work before. Never nothing like this, and I'd been wanting to work for myself for so long because I have health issues and haven't worked properly outside the home since 1997. It's been on off. This is fantastic. I do it in my pyjamas with the cat curled up next to me, and the Purple Pound Producer, as I call the laptop, which was paid for with my first month's earnings from TS. So it's been an absolute godsend for me.
That's an amazing testimonial. Thank you for elaborating. Is the when you actually, are you doing this full time now, or is it?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
obsessively so. Some days I start at 5 in the morning and end at 11 at night, and then other days I'm in a lazy mood, and I'll literally fill orders and faff about with other things. But that's the beauty of it. I'm my own boss. I set my own hours, and I can do as much or as little as I'm in the mood to do, and it just keeps ticking over, and the ka-chings keep happening, and I still get a stupidly happy grin on my face every time it happens.
That's cool. So when you actually, as you just said, you listed your first item and it sold within how many hours?
2.
Within 2 hours.
2 hours and 10 minutes to be absolutely precise.
Wow. I was going to say, I don't know if were you the record holder that was that we had?
I think that was someone else, but I was the record holder for listing an item and it sold in 4 minutes, but someone beat me with 2.
Oh. That's still pretty impressive though, isn't it, really? That's very cool.
Hats off to them, and a big round of applause.
Absolutely. No, and good for you. It took me a week to sell my first item. I was not on form. I made a few mistakes. I actually made a mistake of jumping ahead in the videos, thinking that I knew some of it, which is the worst thing you could do.
So many people have done that. People that come to me and I say, have you watched such and such? And they go, oh no, I skipped that one. And I just keep repeating, do not skip any of it. Every little bit is relevant, and I still play the pro training videos in the background some days when I'm listing and doing other things, and I'll still find something I missed. I do that on a regular basis, and I don't even drop ship, and I watch the pro training because I need to make sure that the very minimum I have to share with my team right now, when I'm building the affiliate side, I need to know what I'm selling. I need to know at least the pro level training, if not the elite and unleashed. Yeah, you need to be able to help them. I mean, I don't actively affiliate, but I've ended up with 3 close friends who begged me because they wanted to know what I was doing. I was like, oh Lord, I haven't got time. I want to get really good at this, and then I can help you. But they insisted, and they've recruited a couple, and that's fine with me. When I've really got the business virtually running itself, then I will actively affiliate because I want to be there for them.
That was in fact my next question, so I can skip that now. So that's good to know that you didn't go out of your way to be an affiliate. You just felt it was a good thing to do, and people had already come to you already and asked.
Yes.
Great stuff. On the support side of things, how do you find that with the sort of UK support and the official support with like everything forum and all that?
Fantastic. And I drove everybody nuts my first month or so. Questions. But how? But why? But why is the sky blue? But why this? But why that? And I think I drove them nuts. And everybody was so patient and answered my questions, because whatever you ask, however stupid you think it is, there is someone else there that's been through this and has the answer, people that have been there longer. And also, when you ask that question, there are other people out there who are too scared to ask it, and they're really happy to see the answers. We didn't have the forum when I joined in July, and the forum is great. I'm comfortable with forums. A lot of people aren't. They learned about DS on Facebook. They're comfortable with Facebook, and we need to encourage them to use the forum more and get to learn how to use the forum. But forum is a great place to click through and find knowledge. Haven't actually used the official help desk yet. Haven't needed to. Had so much help from the support groups, the Facebook groups and the forum. Never needed to bother them.
Cool. Well, no, thank you for bringing up the forum there, and Susie, who's the moderator on there, as well as Ian, will be very happy to hear that. And it's good to know that there's at least one person getting massive value from the forum. I know there are others as well, but it's good to hear that coming from someone else on here. I will just say, what was I going to ask you something about when you actually joined. Did you join just at the pro level then, or did you join sort of go up to elite? Yeah.
Joined at pro, hit the ground running, saw the results, went elite after 18 days. I would not recommend that to everybody, but I haven't got children, other distractions, and a full-time job, so it was good for me. I'd already started finding other suppliers, so elite made sense. Did elite, and then the offer for the all-in-one package came up, and I had savings for my retirement, sitting earning blooming nothing in the way of interest, and I realised that my best bet was to invest. So I then bought Unleashed, Monopoly, and Genesis, all in one hit, and I haven't looked back.
Wow.
I haven't looked back. For example, November, my profits after fees, tax, everything, was £6,000. I cannot believe that. I have never made that much in a month in my entire life, and I've had some good jobs back in the day. It's just unbelievable. I know it was coming up to Christmas, but what can I say? Needless to say, haven't got a penny of it, reinvested it all in the business.
I take my hat off to you if I was wearing one. So no, fair play. That's really, really good to hear. If I was to sum up, just to finish off, if you were to sum up everything about DSD in sort of one statement, what would you say is the best thing about it?
Well, it saved my life. It could save someone else's, honestly. It's all there. It doesn't matter what experience you've got with online retail. You may have none. Even if you have to open an eBay account from scratch, it's step by step, it's there, and there are so many people out there so willing to share their knowledge and help you, that the only person that can stop you being a success is yourself, if you're not got your head in the game. But also, you don't have to do it full on like me. I have close friends I've made some fantastic friends in DS that I will keep for life. We've never met. They're my virtual friends, but they're close. And there are some of them that only do it part-time due to family and work commitments, and it makes just enough to take the family on a nice holiday once a year and have a good Christmas. And if that's what you're looking for, it works that way as well. Or you can be full-on, obsessive-compulsive, perfectionist like me, and go mad at it. So it really doesn't matter how much you want from it or how much you expect. You can do it to whatever level suits your lifestyle.
That's fantastic,
that's what I'd say.
Thank you very, very much for sharing that, and thank you for coming on this evening. It's really good to hear your story as well.
No problems, Rick. My pleasure.
Fantastic. If you feel free to mute yourself, I'm going to move on swiftly to Susan. Susan, if you'd like to unmute yourself, and I will basically be asking you the same questions, if I may. Cool. Yeah, I'll just check your everything's working your end, isn't it? The microphone and all that.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Awesome.
Okay.
So what was the thing for you? What attracted you to DS Domination?
Curiosity, first of all, because there was just a very small ad in a local Facebook selling page from Sasha, and something about it made me think this isn't the normal you can make millions of pounds. It was just something different about it, and I'm very glad I followed it up that day. This was last September. But what attracted me was I've always wanted to make money online. I want to be my own boss, and I'd like to build up a business so that I can emigrate to the Isle of Wight.
Oh, wow.
This is a bit bizarre, I know, but if you've got something under your belt that you can make money from, you don't have the worry of trying to find a new job, you know, if you're relocating. And the answer to my prayers.
Brilliant, really good. And when you joined, did you find that the training was easy to follow? Was it quite a simple integration into the whole DSD thing?
Yeah, I'm a very visual person, so the webinars, although you're looking and listening as well, were a lot easier to follow than say that you were reading a module, for instance. I thought they were very user friendly, bite-sized, entertaining, and also introducing us to Roger. And Roger is just such an amazing character, and his whole personality is DSD. I think the more that you listen to the man, the more that you get to appreciate the whole feel of the organisation, the people that are part of it. It is all about the people.
Yeah.
And it really does come over with Roger. Although he's an expert, he's been in eBay all those years, and he's got such wonderful knowledge. It's just his attitude to life in general as well that I think rubs off on everyone else in a very positive way.
Yeah, he's a very genuine person, isn't he? Very down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're currently doing this full time, then, are you?
No, unfortunately. I'd like to, and very shortly I will be planning to, but at the moment I have got a full-time job. I work as an administrator for County Council and have worked full-time for about 35 years in admin, a bit of training, that sort of thing. So, yeah, the plans are that very shortly I will give up my job and I will ramp up to Genesis and really get things going so that when we, hopefully this year, want to move, want to relocate, I've got things going, whereas at the moment I'm finding I haven't got the time I really want to devote to it.
Okay. No, good for you. It sounds like you've got a master plan there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. When you first started, when you took action on the training, you listed your first item. How long was it after that it actually sold? When was the first? Obviously you listed a few items, I would think.
Yeah, I think I'd got probably 30 listings, and I think it was between 10 and 14 days. It was something like that. But I wasn't feeling discouraged. I just felt that I just hadn't quite got the nut cracked for some reason. But I was still going for it with the listings and going for it with, looking at the postings, the encouraging postings on the Facebook page. Got support from my sponsor Sasha as well, and just kept looking at the videos. And then, their sales started to come, and that excitement, you don't get bored with the ka-ching sound on your phone. Yeah, like Amanda says, that big grin on the face. I'm sure for her it never stops. But at the moment, I mean, my best day is 4 ka-chings in a day. That was a record for me. And I am making, I suppose, hundreds as opposed to thousands a month. But I still feel I've only just started, and I did sort of take my foot off the pedal over Christmas. And I think unless you're on it all the time, you have to sort of make up that time a little bit and get back to where you were.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
I'm doing at the moment.
Oh, no, good for you. I mean, everybody's at different levels of this, and I think we all learn at different speeds. We all have different things going on in our lives, and so we all act on the information at different speeds. So I think that's perfectly. You're doing very well by the sound of it. You're only doing the dropshipping, or are you an affiliate as well?
I'm just about to become an affiliate. That makes sense to me as well, because people are interested, and I think the more successful I am as time goes by, they'll want to know about that, and it just makes sense because of the very reasonable cost and the fact that the amount that you get from how much they invest, with their monthly subscriptions, you get a good percentage of it. It is just a bit of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah. Cool. When the support, excuse me, I should have memorised these questions really. I shouldn't need to look at my little thing here. The support that you get, do you find that well handled? I mean, the unofficial and the official stuff?
Without the support, I wouldn't still be doing DSD. I would have failed, I believe, because it's everything. Knowing that you can just message someone on Facebook, or you can go on the forum, or you can email or text your sponsor. Well, email. That makes a massive difference, because it is a bit stressful sometimes, because you do feel like a newbie and you are going to have a million questions, but you know that there's a big team out there and someone will have the answer for you, and usually quite quickly. The forums helped me a couple of times recently. I've gone on it, and in the search box I've just looked for what I was looking for. In one particular instance, I just got up to elite, and although I'd looked at the training, there were still questions in my head, because I'm in the UK, and I think the elite training is not just for US, but I felt that there were a few gaps missing. And I looked on the forum, and there was a wonderful training webinar, UK based, all about being on elite, and it just joined the dots up. It just really helped embed the training that Roger gives us. And answered a lot of questions. So I found that, and then a few days ago I needed to know something about return. Well, actually, it was today. I needed to know something about returns, because, touch wood, they are far and few between, and I wanted to know how it can be dealt with. And I got sort of 7 questions with answers that I could look at. There was information there straight away, and it was really easy to access. So I would say the support is second to none, really.
That's really good to hear, and that's again, it's comforting after you hear about these awful stories, especially things I've been in. And I know there's plenty of other people where you join something, and then they just leave you high and dry. You don't have the support, so it's great to hear. It really is. And you said you're at elite at the moment.
Yes, I joined elite halfway through December, but then really didn't get a chance to look at the training videos properly till just after Christmas.
Okay.
And there's a lot there to take on board. Started looking at the webinars as well, because that's the great thing. The training just keeps going, because Roger just keeps pumping out this training, which is fantastic. And you can look at old ones as well, and that really sort of, again, fills in the gaps a little bit. Not that the training has got gaps, but there's always going to be questions, and the more you watch the training, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, with elite, I'm just getting my head around the fact that you can use different suppliers. You don't just have to go through Amazon, but also that there's bigger profit. And I'm starting to list in the US and finding that the amount of views for each item have gone up hugely, absolutely hugely. In fact, things that I've only put on a few days ago are getting lots and lots of views. So that's exciting for me. So I think I'm trying to scale up the US side of things. That's what I'm trying to do.
Good for you. Good for you. That's great. And as with everyone else, could I ask you to summarise your experience with DS domination? I'm kind of expecting, and I think I know what you're going to be saying. How's your experience been? What's the best thing you feel that DS domination symbolises?
There are so many things, but the main thing is the fact that it's such a simple concept that works, so that, you know, it's open to everybody. And the good thing about it is it's keeping everyone happy. It satisfies a need. It satisfies a need with you as your business. You're making money. It satisfies Amazon because you're selling their goods, or any of the other suppliers you might be selling for, and it satisfies your buyers, your customers, because you're, you know, selling them what they want. So everyone's a winner, which I think is just fantastic about the whole thing.
It is. It is. Well, Susan, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your story. It's really, really good to hear. On that note, that is actually pretty much the end of our Hangout. So at this point, I do just want to thank all of you, Anderson, Amanda, and Susan, for all your sharing all your experiences. It's pretty key to, obviously, for anybody watching who's not joined DS Domination yet, to see real DS Domination members and hear their experience. Susan, could you just, by any chance, could you just mute your microphone? I think there's a little bit of feedback going on. I'm pretty much finished, but I just wanted to kind of make sure, say thank you, all of you, thank you for sharing that. And a quick apology again to Tony at the beginning there. Completely my fault, really, with the whole hiccup with not quite getting that if I shared something on my screen and he was talking, it was going to keep chopping and changing. I should have known that. So yes, on that note, guys, there you have it. If somebody has shown this or sent you a link to this webinar, then please do go back to them. Nobody on this panel is expecting you to necessarily contact them. It's all about this being a generic thing. We want everybody to watch this and then go back to the person who shared this with you, okay? Because they will be your sponsor, if you want to call it that. They're the person, they're the affiliate. You join them, okay? So thank you everybody for watching. Hope this has been of value to you all, and you will have another one of these this time next month. We do these once a month, second Wednesday of every month, okay? And thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you.